Wish.com.
But it's just a site where you get really cheap.
Okay, got it.
Imagine Amazon, but like 100 times shittier.
Yeah, like Shein.
Yeah,
it's Shein.
Okay.
Okay. So, it's a 27-year-old woman. My fiance, a 29-year-old man, proposed to me a few weeks ago. It caught me completely by surprise, but we've been together for 3 years and things have been going great. So I was really excited and said yes. I really liked the ring when I first saw it, and my friends and family all think it is stunning. It's an oval cut with diamonds across the band. I asked where he got it, and he wouldn't tell me where, but that he got a great deal on it. I didn't think anything of it until yesterday when we were in bed, and I asked him if it was diamond or moissanite, mainly out of curiosity. I don't have a preference, by the way. He said he didn't know and would have to look it up. When I glanced over at his phone, he was in the Temu app. I asked him if he got it from there, and he didn't respond. So I asked again, and he responded with something like, "Does it matter?" He left the room and ended up sleeping on the couch. I spent all night so confused. Today I decided to download the app and look up my ring, and I found one that looks identical. I found the exact ring, and it's listed at $38. I am mad. He makes good money, around $200,000 a year, and I feel like he could have shelled out some money for a ring better than the one on Temu. Am I the asshole for telling him I don't want it?
This is tricky.
I think where the issue could come is that's like costume jewelry. So I'm wondering if like that gold or whatever is gonna start wearing off.
Yeah.
Like a $30 ring, I don't think that's gonna last.
Yeah.
Like,
So to me, it's once again of like, he does not know his fiance, or he doesn't know his girlfriend, right? Because it clearly did matter to her to some degree about like what the ring is. And there are tons of people who don't have like fancy rings.
Yeah.
But it's such an important thing to have some thought put into
You
it.
wear it every day.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive, but like to have some meaning to it
Right.
is important. But he just got it off
The fact that he didn't know what the stone was, didn't like think about, oh, this is like a stone that has meaning to you, or that's
like
gonna turn a finger ring.
I know people who have like silicone rings or like wooden rings or all
Yeah.
sorts of things.
Yeah.
But just something that has some meaning to it, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Clearly, it's important to her, is what I mean. Because there are people who are like, "Oh, I don't give a shit what the ring is."
Right.
But she's not one of those people.
I think his ego is hurt, but I think this does happen where the person is like, "Oh, I don't like my ring," and the person who proposed is like, their ego's hurt for a little bit, and it can be a tricky space. But I do think at the end of the day, marriage, you have to work together on it. It's like, let's talk about what ring you do want.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and also,
because this is going to be temporary.
It's
This ring is going to
gonna
break.
turn her finger
her
green.
finger's going green in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The verdict is not the asshole. Comments, not the asshole, because that thing might turn your finger green. He's lucky you don't have a sensitivity to fake metals like some do. He makes good money but bought a $38 ring. Is he cheap with other things where discount shopping isn't a new thing for him and he's just an all-around penny pincher? My first thought was, did he not spend the money because he doesn't want/expect this to last? OP said, yeah.
Oh.
OP said, yeah, let me provide some more context. Really, he's never been overly frugal. I'm probably more frugal than he is. Neither of us are huge spenders, but we each make enough to not have to strictly budget or anything. We have our own accounts and split rent equally. I know he has at least $100,000 across his savings/investment accounts. We go out for drinks a few times a week, and we'll go to concerts together and whatnot frequently. We travel a few times a year and stay in basic accommodations. Like our DoorDash the other night was $40. My ring costs less than DoorDashing dinner.
Yep.
I think he needed to talk to someone and get advice on what to do, because I don't think he fully wrapped his head around that this ring will turn her finger green. And also, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Really.
But I'm not confused, because she's like, he's not frugal. We're not in a financial bind.
Yeah.
This is confusing.
I kind of feel like he just saw it and was like,
oh, that's pretty.
I have 2 weeks until I have to propose to her. I could get this ring in a week. I don't know, because like,
that's the thing. I'm like, what were you
thinking?
thinking?
Does Temu also like, don't they like throw a bunch of shit at your face and they're like, buy this, buy this, no, buy this, buy this.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like he just got served that ring and was like,
That's it.
yeah, that'll work.
And he panicked. He's like, oh, $38, that's awesome. Here we go.
$8.
And he knows he f***ed up because like he was
Right.
he was like avoiding the question like,
Yeah.
did you buy this on Temu? I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Like
Yeah,
he knew.
exactly.
But yeah, you don't buy costume jewelry
Don't.
for wedding
You
rings.
gotta, and it doesn't
It
need
doesn't have to be expensive.
Right.
at all, actually. When you wear something every single day, it needs to have wear and tear. But like, dude,
Update. After reading responses from my first post on the Am I the Asshole subreddit, it got taken down. I was freaking out a bit. He came home while I was FaceTiming a friend about this. I hung up with her and then talked to him for an hour or so. He apologized for sleeping on the couch and that he needed time to think. He doesn't see eye to eye with me on my concerns about the ring and says he did research and that it was highly rated. He says if the ring breaks, he will replace it, but didn't say it'd be higher quality. I have people messaging me that the ring could be harmful to my health and that Temu has horrible standards for their jewelry and labor issues, so now I really don't want to wear it. He left and went to his brother's house. Usually I'd go with him, but things are just tense. Am I the asshole for telling him I still don't want it?
no, you're
No.
not.
Update number 2.
Oh my God,
Okay.
yes.
I'm literally just sitting here refreshing your comments, trying to figure out what to do next. He texted to let me know he plans on staying at his brother's for the weekend and is taking Friday off. It's not crazy abnormal since he's been watching football over there, but I feel like he's avoiding me now. I'm trying not to be pushy about the situation and I'll give him some space, but now I'm just in my head about all of it and regretting my initial reaction. It's just a dumb ring and maybe I've read into it too much. The only other time we've had an argument like this, it was resolved within a couple hours, so I'm not used to this behavior from him. Update number 3.
Yes.
Update machine over here.
He came home this morning while I was in a work from home meeting. These comments made my head spin all night. I got like 3 hours of sleep, so I admit I may be in the wrong for bringing up his finances, but I did. Ari, the gold digger rumors, when we met, I was making more than him and often paying for his things. His high paying job is a recent development. I have my own money and don't need his. I asked him what was going on, if there was anything he needed to tell me, if he was testing me by doing this. Well, that really set him off. What kind of person do you think I am? You think I'm a cheapskate, a liar? You obviously think really poorly of me. But still, he never gave me a reason. So I asked why he was deflecting every question to victimize himself and to avoid my questions. He tried to leave again. So I tried de-escalating and told him I see where he's coming from, but I need to know if he still loves me. He was immediately apologetic and still wants to get married. He said I can just pick my ring out and buy it with my own money. He said he's sick of talking about this and it's water under the bridge now. He's acting like his normal self again since this convo. I hear him out there skipping around and humming to himself all happily, and it's actually pissing me off. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I don't think I can handle a marriage with someone like this.
Honey,
You
you're
know,
not being dramatic. This man is just.
No, I think I know what can fix this relationship.
What?
Bowling night.
Bowling night!
You get matching bowling
2
outfits.
beer towers.
Two
Two
beer
beer
towers.
towers.
And then, when that goes wrong, you go to Disney World.
You go to Disney World and
That's
you
right.
talk about your second best goddess sex time.
Right.
No, you can't marry this guy. Like,
What an
what are we
Idiot.
talking about?
Yeah.
You buy your own ring.
Just admit you f***ed up and then work together on getting a better ring. It doesn't have to be like
Yeah, if
Get
this is
over
your
it.
future wife, don't you want her to be happy wearing?
no, he's focused on winning.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you both for being here.
Whoa, no more updates?
No more updates.
thank
There's
God.
nothing else to update on that.
Yeah,
Done.
they're done.
They're done. I think they're done.
I think this was one of my favorite Reddit story episodes because
Truly, yeah.
the stories were all bangers. They were
Yeah,
these were
so
some
good.
bangers.
Yeah,
These were
these are
good.
really good.
Yep, pretty solid.
Very good.
And they'll also be solid at Smosh Reads Red Stories Live on March 8th.
We're doing it live.
doing it live.
Live.smosh.com.
And we're going to have a live audience. Those tickets are likely sold out by now, but you can go get tickets at live.smosh.com, and it'll be like you're there with us in person. Get your pancakes out, watch the live stream. It's going to be a blast. So we'll see you there. And we'll also see you next Saturday, as always.
Yay.
Bye!
Bye.
You are great divers who don't leave me around. He's on. You can do this. I'm not losing the battle.
That last breath, rated PG-13. Only in theaters February 28th. What if your morning was just easier? A Wawa? It is. With everything you need to get your day moving. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
We're back again with more Reddit stories that will blow your mind. And these ones are rather work related. So I brought two guests here who do actual work here at Smosh, Spencer and Tommy.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you for being here. I do this. I get to just sit here and read Reddit stories. You guys have to edit and do stuff and have meetings, which I'm invited to.
I see you back in that little chair.
Yeah.
I sit in the back corner. Shane, have you ever done jobs outside of acting, like before you were an actor?
No. I am very lucky to say that I started acting when I started auditioning when I was 13.
Wow.
And, when you're doing that as a teen, I wasn't working constantly, but I was also I was taking classes. I was in high school still. And then I'd been fortunate enough, I lily padded from job that just paid my rent long enough that literally I would get my bank account down to being like, I need to go work. My plan was, and I was very close to this before I booked Smosh, of I was going to go work at Starbucks because they had a program that would pay for ASU online if you logged a certain amount of hours every week. So I had a whole plan, but this became my job. So I would say Smosh is actually the closest. This is the most normal job I've ever worked, because working on sets, otherwise I'm purely just acting. You do nothing else. Here I actually do other things sometimes.
Shane be working.
You do be working.
Yeah, but it's still a silly job.
It's a
silly job. And I do far less of the grueling work than everyone else in this room.
I mean, I work, but it's also a silly job.
Right, but you guys have to do you do a lot more of the technical, a lot of the just really the not fun parts of the silly job.
That's true. I'll say
that's
that's
true.
Yeah, I'll say that it's less fun than this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
This is the core.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, this is the most fun part.
Yeah, this is dope. So these encompass all forms of jobs. Some are corporate, some are more, retail, service types of jobs. The whole gamut, if you will. But all of them are weird
I'm
or
so
bad.
excited.
I don't know.
I'm so excited.
Let's find out. First story. Am I the asshole for getting a job where my husband works? Uh-oh. Hi all. My husband started his job at a restaurant just a few months back. He's told me about all of his coworkers and how it's a friendly environment. I enjoy hearing his stories, but have been really concerned about one of his coworkers.
No.
Apparently, she serves the same time he busses, and he's talked about how nice she is.
Serve, she buses.
And how they...
Already, working in a restaurant together is nightmare.
Yeah, no. My brother met his wife at a restaurant, but they were working there at the same time. And then
I know it's like a theater department back there. They're all each other.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's always drama, especially if they're
Yeah.
related.
No, it sounds chaotic. Apparently, she serves the same time he busses, and he's talked about how nice she is, and how anytime bus or buses is...
Serving and busing together, it's something.
So he's busing? No.
Sexual style.
Okay. We've had problems with infidelity in the past on his half, so I really didn't like how he was talking about her. So about a week ago, I applied to work at the same place to be a waitress. During the interview, we did briefly mention my husband and how I could be scheduled to work alongside him. The owner is pretty big on families, it seems. I just started today. They started with training and teaching where everything was. Where I may be the asshole is I never told my husband any of this. So me being there today absolutely made him livid. He didn't speak to me unless he was told to, and the coworker he always talked about did the same. I like being a waitress. I've done it before, but his reaction has been so over the top. His and his coworkers' reactions have made me even more suspicious, and now I'm wondering if I should even trust him at all.
I think you kind of lose. This might be problematic. I'm starting right up. I think you kind of lose a lot of your rights in a relationship once you cheat.
Well, certainly, like, I mean, once you do that, like, trust is fucking gone.
Yeah.
And like, you need to go to therapy, and you need to. What I've heard is like that relationship's over, and you need to start a new one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like, clearly, they're not past
Yeah.
him cheating before. So of course she doesn't trust him because he did that. And it does sound the fact that the coworker that he talks about is also being weird towards her. It's like, yeah, he's probably doing that.
And she quit being a lawyer to go work at a restaurant. No, I'm making that up.
I was like, where was that?
I'm making that up. I just
Sorry,
like, she was like,
sorry, Your Honor, I need to go.
I'm just like, what was she just waiting around for this job? Like, what?
This just sounds like a bad relationship.
She's not.
a
Yeah,
relationship.
she's not the asshole. She's just kind of. She's a little silly.
She's a little silly.
No, yeah.
Like, Kiana, what did you say to me earlier? Like, girl, yeah, girl, get up. It means like, hey, like, leave him.
Yeah.
Yeah, get up and
Like, get up and
Get up and get out.
like, make some moves to like leave this guy because like clearly
Yeah.
he's like, you know, if he's unfaithful once,
Yeah.
fool me once.
There's a comment that I fully agree with. Dude is either cheating on her or working up to it, but this is nuts. If your
Yeah.
spouse is a shitty, cheating asshole, just leave them. You're not going to babysit and stalk them into being a good person.
That's
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
fair.
It's like this is a lost cause.
Yeah,
Admit it, it's a lost cause and go.
and now you're stuck working.
Now you're working at Olive Garden with your
Yeah.
husband?
I wish they said the name of the restaurant.
Well, because the owner is pretty big on families.
Oh, okay, she hinted it. She Easter egged it.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were just a coworker here? Look, and like I said, I never worked a service job. If I was just a random coworker, not any part of this triangle, I'd be stoked. This is so fun.
I was gonna say like
This
this
is
is the most
fun.
exciting shit of my life.
This sounds so fun. Oh, is it awful?
Oh my god. It's like, it's hard enough to be like, because I waited tables at a Italian restaurant in Orlando where it was like, it was not. I wish. And like everyone was related. They were either like husband and wife or they were brothers, and it was always like they're like, I don't. And so you're already dealing with like my pastas, and you're like, yeah. And so you're just doing all this, and then you go back to where you're supposed to like go do the job part, and then they're all like, if there's drama on top of the drama of already being in a way, you're gonna listen. There's people at this restaurant crying in the walk-in freezer, guaranteed.
The tears are just freezing immediately.
Yeah. Also, great place to cry.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It is.
I haven't seen The Bear, but I imagine that this is what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show. All right, next one. This comes from a subreddit, coworker stories.
Ooh.
Got a new one. All right. At work, we can be pretty immature, laughing at dumb things, farting while someone is on the phone, being stupid, and so on. I kind of have been over it lately. I like the job, but I'm tired of the playing around. When a dude farts, I don't bat an eye. When they make a dumb joke, I don't really laugh or acknowledge it. But now I'm the bad guy at work, and I apparently have an attitude because I don't laugh at farts. Any advice? Kimmy wrote down, Smosh, is that you? Okay, Kimmy. Come on. This is a relatable story because we are very silly here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually think, though, no, we're silly.
We're silly.
But it's their job.
I know.
It's their job to be
But there are like I think there are limits, and like there is a it's about reading the room.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, because if you're silly all the time, it's exhausting. It's
so
for sure.
exhausting.
Like there are times, like if someone like I'm not above laughing at a fart.
No.
But I'm saying like if I'm trying to get some real work done and someone comes up and farts, like okay, well now I'm thinking that's really funny. Like, like, unfortunately, this is really funny.
Spencer. Then you breathe.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's a time for work and a time for farts. Yeah, I mean, we used to do this bit, and I hated it, and it was where we would sing "Happy Birthday" in like every meeting. I say we. I would leave. I would use that. I
also
hated
leave
it too.
as quick as possible.
But we would do it anytime anyone entered the meeting room. We
Right.
would start singing.
And this
Happy
is
Birthday.
on Zoom. This was pandemic. This
Yeah.
is Zoom. So everyone's not synced up because you can't be perfectly synced up. So it's just a cacophony of. It was just.
It was
really
pretty
bad.
awful. It was pretty awful.
It was so annoying.
And the hardest time in like recent history, we were doing that to ourselves.
I have a solution for this.
Yeah.
Come up with a new joke.
Yeah.
Shit your fucking pants.
Yeah. Then you get to go home.
Comedy is about escalation. And what's
Exactly.
the ultimate escalation?
Shitting your pants. Okay. Let's just move on because that one's very silly. We've decided she should shit her pants. We've decided. Okay. Here we go. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that I'm not taking off of work to be present at our daughter's birth?
It's gonna come out ugly.
Oh.
Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
No.
Let him cook.
I work as an OBGYN. Well, okay.
Is he literally going to be the one?
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. No, he's probably a sim pilot or something. Okay. Okay. Here we go. My daughter is expected to be born sometime this month, so I've been picking up extra work in order to have more money for when the baby came. Yesterday, I came home and my wife asked me when I would be taking off of work so I could be bedside. I told her that I couldn't because there was a big project coming up and that they needed me. My boss is also married to the sister of one of my wife's brother's friends.
Totally, dude.
And they've all known each other for a long time. When I got out of the shower, my wife told me that she called my boss and that he was giving me as much time off as I needed with pay. Then she says, "You told me that there was a project and that they needed you, but I was just told that you didn't even ask for any time off. In fact, you asked for more work." I got upset, for one, and I told her this when I was first offered the job as well, that I don't want her using her friendship with my boss to get me any special treatment. Two, I think it's disrespectful that she overruled my decision to work by going over my head. Instead of talking to me and having me call, if I decided to take time off, that is, and she decided by herself that I was going to take time off and called the boss on my behalf. Imagine you decide to do something at work and your spouse calls your boss and tells them not to let you do it. How would you feel? She apologized about calling, but was still mad about why I
Alright,
never asked
guys.
for time off.
Oh.
I explained to her that I wanted to work for extra money to have.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. I know it was pretty quick, but just wanted to get out a stream for you guys. So yeah, hopefully see you next week. Have a good one.